All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ESDL Week 3. Tonight's matchup is going to be between 10 Death Power Spike and We Give Concussions. I'm your host, Faoline. I will be shoutcasting the game for you. Looking forward to this exciting series, and thank you all so much for tuning in. So we will be getting the game started up here shortly. Sorry, just let me fix my janky little background here. All right, now the ready check is coming through shortly. We're just waiting for the final two teammates to join up here for 10 Death Power Spike. They are going to be on the red side starting out in this matchup. And this is also a gold ELO ranked game, so we will be getting some exciting matches. Not a too lot of head scratchers and questionable plays. It will be a decent game overall, so I am looking forward to bringing that to you. Today I am solo casting. So if you want to potentially reach out and be my partner in crime, then please do so. I'd be happy to have you on, for a couple games, try it out, see if you like it, kind of just go from there. But it is going to be me solo bringing you the games today, so I'm looking forward to that. Again, we're just waiting on one more teammate to join up here. Handy Dandy Monster is ready to go. Now, while we just wait, so the ESDL is kind of interesting. So you have to be in the games by 7 o'clock. If you're not there by 7, you have until 7 minutes after the start time, 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. But you have 7 minutes after the start of the game on the hour. If you're not there by the 8th minute, then you do forfeit a ban. If you're not there by the 15th minute, the 16th minute, then you do forfeit the entire series. Now, in the ESDL, in the regular season, these are best of 2, so we do have opportunities for people and teams to tie each other, taking a more European approach. That way we can get a lot more games put out because there are a lot of players in this league. A lot of players are looking to develop their talent, looking to get better at the game, and trying to do that in a 5v5 team environment. We have coaches available. We have strategy guides as well for teams to go through. And, of course, you do have the opportunity to cast these games as well. So if you're looking to develop your talent in League of Legends, seeing where you can go with that, then you should reach out. There is a link in the stream, I believe. It is www.esdlleague.com. That should be coming up when we get into the draft phase and everything. But that is available for y'all. I have ditched the hat because last stream there were some people in the chat saying that I was bald, and I just want for everybody to know that there is no such thing as me being bald. I am still very young, under 30 years old, so let's go. There is no hair loss here whatsoever, and I have thick, luscious hair as I have taken a nice brush through it. No gel used today, so I apologize to anybody who was looking forward to that. Sometimes you just have to go through these things together. All right, just waiting on the last teammate to join up here. Looks like he has joined, and the ready checks should be coming out soon. And like I said, this is a gold ELO ranked game. There are some platinums in here as well. So, again, I'm just looking forward to be able to bring this exciting matchup to you guys. We are in the week 3, so there's only two more games that they can play in order to get higher up in the standings for that playoff and then the championship matchup. There's a lot of different divisions in ESDL. You have the lowest ranked, which is Triple B, all the way up to the highest ranked, which is Triple A. If you're a Triple A, you're usually high diamond, low master. That is available for you higher ELO players. You know who you are. But right now, the ESDL is just looking to develop the North American talent so that way we can start finally doing better in these international championships. EU and Korea and China, they all have these lower leagues or these avenues for young players to foster their talent and really develop the young ones, as you would say, to develop their skill. So the fact that now we are starting to bring up this league in the Esports Development League, the ESDL, we are starting to foster this young talent and remind them that League is not only a toxic solo queue game, but you can get a lot out of it. Hopefully we'll see a lot of that toxicity go down as Void Boy released his video to kind of shed some light to right on that. But it looks like the draft phase is going to start up here, so let's go ahead and get into that. We will see which what the picks and bans are here for both of these teams. So Jin is going to be the first ban here. Very interesting that we're starting to ban out ADCs. They have been buffed. We are on patch 10.11, so ADCs have received that that 30 starting health buff plus 2 health per level, and they have received their item buffs. I believe it is Runan's Hurricane has movement speed, so Jhin just incredibly strong once he builds IE and Storm Razor. Vi, Kha'Zix, and Vel'Koz all banned out, trying to really pinch down the jungle pool early on. Now, a lot of times in these ESDL matchups, the bans are directly targeted towards the players in the opposing team because they do have the opportunity to scout the enemy team a week in advance and see the champions that they play and really get a feel for what they're going to be up against. So, with that being said, they usually and typically ban towards the enemy team here. And looks like it's going to be Rengar picked up here. Will either go to the top lane or the jungle, but most likely going to be the jungler picked up here first. Now, Rengar has an incredible ability to delete people from the map, especially going stealth with his ultimate and getting those jumps. He is an absolute monster in the jungle. But he's a pretty kitty if he doesn't get ahead early game. Now, Diana also being picked up here as well. She did get a little bit nerfed in 10.11, but she's still a very strong mid laner. Could also go to the jungle as well, but that's not going to be the case with Sejuani picked up here for the side of 10 Death Power Spike. They will take that champion, and that's going to bring a lot of CC and pick potential as well as team fighting to the side of 10 Death Power Spike. Basically, Sejuani with her ultimate can lock down anyone, and then she also has another stun on her passive as well, and she also has an ability to not be slowed down by any enemy CC. She still can be stunned, but she's an absolute monster in the late game, building all that health. And we are seeing a Thresh and Caitlyn picked up, so the bottom lane and jungler are picked up for We Give Concussions already. Caitlyn is very strong. She is a part of that ADC pool that did receive the buffs, and Thresh is an absolute playmaker, so we'll be looking towards the bot lane here from We Give Concussions to get an early lead and see if they can snowball, especially on this new patch here. And it's also going to be an Akali picked up as well, so that looks like it's going to be Akali top lane with Diana in the mid. That is already a lot of magic damage coming out of from 10 Death Power Spike. So it's going to be very easy for the side of We Give Concussions in order to itemize against this magic damage burst that will come out of him. Hopefully we'll see those magic damage runes coming out as well. Okay, looks like we are banning out the Lux mid because the support is already picked up. Aphelios going to get a ban as well because they buffed the Runan's Hurricane item specifically. That means Aphelios as well got a buff, which he is an incredibly power ADC, so they're going to be taking that off the table as well. Ziggs, a master at taking tower, so they don't want to have too much pressure coming out from him. And then Victor is going to be popped up here as well. It's interesting to see the Victor ban because we already see Diana, Sejuani, and Akali. So the solo laners and the jungle is already picked out. I'm still a little confused to see why we're picking up Victor here. Maybe it's a secret pick that this support player has for 10 Death Power Spike. This match is actually high gold, low platinum. We do have a couple platinums on the side of 10 Death Power Spike. A lot of high golds on the side of We Give Concussion. So it should be an exciting match to be able to cast for you guys. Morgana going to get picked up here as well, so that's probably going to go into the mid lane. Will provide a lot of utility for Caitlyn during these mid-game team fights. Able to land the bindings will have a lot of time for Caitlyn to set up her traps. Sona picked up here for the support player for 10 Death Power Spike. Again, sticking with these magic damage champions, so the AD carry that's going to be on 10 Death Power Spike will be the only source of physical damage, so it is going to be very easy for We Give Concussions to itemize towards this team here. Now, Xayah's picked up. She's a great team fighter, able to stay safe with her ult, and has a lot of damage on her feather recall, so that is going to be decent there. And with the pick potential from both Sona and Sejuani, I do want to see some ganks put towards the bot side. A lot of focus put towards them, because if Xayah gets ahead early, she will have an easier time carrying this game. Even though the Caitlyn does outrange the Xayah by a lot, because Caitlyn has the highest range in the game, still should be a decent bot lane. Now, all the champions are picked up here. One thing we got to talk about as well is the Gnar is going to be the top laner here for We Give Concussions. Now, Gnar is a very incredibly powerful top laner. He hasn't been seen so much in the meta just because we've seen a lot of these split pushing monsters like Jax, Fiora. Set has really been the shining champion in the top lane, but being able to see a Gnar, I really do enjoy it because he brings a lot of team fight pressure, being able to go ultimate and then Gnar at least 5 people with the potential. He has the potential to Gnar and knock up and stun 5 people against the wall. That's absolutely massive, and he still has a stun on his wallop, so it's absolutely incredible. Now, we will have our 3-minute spectator delay. I do want to preserve my voice a little bit, so we will actually be playing some music for you guys, waiting for the game to load up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience. We are now loaded up here into Game 1. Again, this is the ESDL matchup, Week 3 between 10 Deaths Power Spike, which is going to be the red team, and We Give Concussions over here on the blue team. Going to go ahead and get the portraits set up here as they should be, and it looks like it's going to be the Sejuani jungle like we talked about, but it will be an Akali top lane and Diana in the mid lane. So what's interesting here is that the Morgana has a lot of ability to deal with the Diana here in the mid lane. With the Black Shield is going to be able to have a lot of negation, and with that magic damage specifically coming in for the shield, Diana's going to have a little bit more difficult time than normal on getting this this Morgana to fall. Now, we are just going to see standard bot lane leashes for both teams, so both jungles are going to be starting on the bottom side of their respective maps here. And again, this is a best-of-2 match, so we do have the potential for a tie, but usually we do see the team that takes the first game lead has a little bit of an edge to be able to close it out. So the pressure will be on this first game to see who's going to be able to pick up the first victory in order to secure that 2-0 victory in the match. Now, Caitlyn should be able to win this early game with the range and the Thresh having the ability to lock people down. But what most people forget is that when you're playing Thresh, you're not playing a really big range champion. So Sona does have the trading potential onto the Thresh and the Caitlyn if they do decide to go in, because you don't have to have a whole lot of mechanics. You just walk forward, press Q, and all of a sudden, hey, damage happens. Nobody knows, nobody it doesn't make any sense how much damage comes out without having to actually click an point anywhere. All you have to do is hit the ability. Looks like both jungles will go for a standard clear on both of their respective junglers. Meganar already here available. That's going to be abilities missing onto the Akali, so not a whole lot of trading damage coming out, but no punishment from the Akali. Traps have been laid. Thresh wants to land a Cook to be able to go in, but Xayah is going to be here to protect her support. But that still is going to be a good trading here from the bot lane of We Give Concussions. Let's get that zoom out going on so we can see the full action and then really be able to see these full team fights happen in a much wider view. But that's a lot of damage onto the Gnar here. He's actually caught out of position. That's a lot of minion damage coming in as well. That's going to be first blood over to Gnar here, picking it up in the top lane onto Akali. And looks like Rengar as well, able to get himself some work done into the jungle, actually taking Sejuani out with a great invade timing. So that's going to be an early lead over to the side of We Give Concussions. Oh, and the Akali is actually teleported here to the Gnar, doing a lot of damage, but unable to find the kill. So that will be teleport used here. Lee Klein, you got to keep up with me here. There's so much action happening early on in this game. And especially since those 2 kills went to assassins, went to the assassin Rengar, one of them did, it will be a lot of damage. But Caitlyn actually getting caught out here, not able and respecting the vision play here from Xayah. Is going to be able to get some trading done with the passive proccing on her auto attacks there. The headshots will come out. Thresh just trying to kite the Xayah here, because Hook will be up in just a few seconds and might be able to actually get a pick on her, since those autos are doing a lot of damage. Xayah trying to thin out the way with her Q, but she stepped a little too far forward. That's going to be Q coming out from the Caitlyn. Flash forward with Secure, but not going to be able to go for it. Sona's going to be locked up here as well, stepping on a trap. That's a lot of damage. The Caitlyn combo is huge, and that's going to be damage going over, and the kill falling into the hands of Caitlyn here. Is this going to be a tower dive? I'm not sure, but they do have the ability to do it if they want to. Heal is still available for the Caitlyn. One more auto will do it. Looks like they are going to go for it, but Caitlyn is actually the one taking the turret aggro there, so will be dissuaded from going in on that further. Would have liked to see the Thresh land an auto attack there. But that is going to be 4 kills here early. Looks like Rengar was able to pick something else up while we were having the fight there in the bottom lane. So that's 2 kills over to the Rengar. Already picking up his Tiamat, so that's going to help him clear his jungle camps a lot faster and able to get done what he really shines at, which is ganking. Gnar going to go in as well, missing the wallop, but actually is able to redirect it. That's going to be Akali using her ultimate to get away with the dash. But Sejuani is here. Will the jungle be able to get there in time to save her top laner? Yes, she will. The stuns are going to come out. Twilight Child dropped as well to keep the Akali alive, but she went too far forward, but it doesn't matter because the auto attack will clean up the Gnar here, and that will be Gnar chasing a little too far forward and Sejuani making a clutch play here for her top laner. And with the Akali down, that's going to give a little bit of a go button here for Rengar to go in onto this dragon who does so much damage to it early, especially since he got a lead with that and has the Tiamat item. Able to get those auto attack resets. And we do see Caitlyn starting to build herself a little bit of lead here in this bottom lane as well. The wave is pushing towards her, so she should be able to clean up these minions as well. It's going to give her a bigger. Oh, but Xayah, you can't step too far forward there. You are on a ward, Rengar, so that means that you will be caught out there. Okay, Diana here just waiting in the wings. Is she going to be able to get any damage done? We're talking quietly, that way she feels like she's sneaky. All right, with the early game action going on here, we do see We Give Concussions actually taking an early lead. So if you are in the chat and you're a fan of 10 Death Power Spike, let's get a hashtag 10 Death Power Spike win going on in the chat if you are indeed a team. But that is going to be Thresh letting a hook onto the Sona. Trap going to land as well, pushing a little bit far forward, and that's going to be a lot of damage. And Caitlyn going to be able to take down the Sona with her Piltover Peacemaker there. And they are going to be able to get a plate here on the bottom lane turret as well. Caitlyn should be able to clean up that wave, and she's going to have a lot of gold whenever she's back. She already does have a BF sword, so a huge item lead in this lane. Vampiric Scepter is not going to do it for Xayah. A little bit of a questionable buy right there. Gnar landing his boomerangs. He's able to do that freely, and as long as he catches it, it will have a lower cooldown. So that means he could spam that a little bit longer and have a little bit more trading potential safely against this Akali. But Sejuani is making her way over to the bot lane here. Sorry, that is Thresh right over there, and Morgana is actually the one making her way over, trying to get a little bit of evade, but Sejuani is now making her way through the river, but Rengar does want to go in onto this Akali. Ultimate is used, so he's going to be trying to get the stealth, and we'll get the jump on. Nar's going to go forward and going to miss the boulder, but still, that's enough damage, and Rengar actually going to pick up the solo kill there. No assist over to the Gnar. Caitlyn, you're actually stepping a little too far forward. This is going to be a Sejuani actually making her way over. That's going to be a trap landing as well. Lots of damage onto the Sona. Sejuani not going to want to go in, though. Maybe a little hesitant to pull the trigger there. Caitlyn using her Piltover Peacemaker to full value, able to get full damage onto the enemy ADC right there. But it is all for naught as Sona is able to heal up, doing a lot of work here with the trading potential for this bot lane. Looks like that's going to be Rift Herald going over to the side of We Give Concussions as well. Rengar really able to do a great job of extending this lead that he's built for himself now. Now 3-0, trying to push this lead more to the top side, get Akali further and further down. The hook is going to miss onto the Xayah, so no engage going to come in through the, for the Thresh. And that's going to be Rengar actually trying to catch out the Sejuani right there. We'll get the leap damage. If it's not going to be enough, Morgana's actually making her way over. That's going to be a binding landing onto the Diana, who's going to use her Q and trying to get away from that, but flash used by the Rengar to get away. Flash over from the Akali. Not sure what you're thinking about there. You're not going to be able to find anyone over there. The Pretty Kitty is actually under the tower, and that means he's not going to be able to die at all. Okay, so Diana taking a little bit of a turret shot to get back to lane quicker. We'll be able to find this wave and get that cleaned up. Now, it looks like the Caitlyn is going to go standard build, going for the Storm Razor first item, which is a huge power spike for her because getting that... Oh, but Diana's actually going to be able to land a binding here. Is going to use ultimate as well to get a lot of more damage. Flash away use from the Diana to get her to safety, but that's going to be the damage coming out with the W pull. The dots damage over time is going to be enough here for the Morgana. So picking up a solo kill, and that's going to be a hook landing onto the Sona as well. Trap landing also is going to get the full Caitlyn combo. No, the net does not come through. That would have been surely a kill, but that's going to be ultimate use, getting more damage onto the Xayah, and Rengar has made his way over here to the bot lane, so that's going to be a full tower dive going on. That's going to be a deleted Sona, instantly dead, only took one ability. That's going to be flash away from the Xayah. Great use of the ability to be able to get away here, and teleport coming in from the Akali as well. Want to get this damage onto the Rengar, who is now get stunned up by the Sejuani ultimate. Thresh is now too far forward, and so is the Caitlyn. Going to be able to use the Blast Cone to get away. Yes, but the Sejuani is following her, and that's going to be Thresh falling as well. This is a great collapse by 10 Death Power Spike, holding true to their name. It's almost 8 deaths, but still just 2 more deaths, and they would have hit that Power Spike, but still able to collapse and turn it around. That's going to be Rift Herald drop, so the first tower falling will be the top tower. That will be a lot of solo gold over to the Gnar here in the top lane. That's going to be Ocean Dragon started up here, so we will see either a Cloud Soul or a Mountain Soul here for this Game 1 in the ESDL Week 3 matchup. All right, Gnar actually a little bit caught out here. Into the enemy jungle is going to land on the abilities, but the Blast Cone is actually going to bring Diana over as well. Who knows what's going to happen? The Ignite does come down. Diana trying to get the abilities going off. Ultimate is going to be used. Gnar's falling so low. Who's going to be able to win this trade? And it actually goes over to the Gnar, able to pick it up, and that is a lot of people. Members from 10 Death's Power Spike. Ultimate going to be used from the Sona to be able to lock down the Thresh, and that will secure the kill. Caitlyn just hovering and quivering under her tower. Xayah trying to walk forward a little bit, but that is going to be Rengar coming up here as well to provide a little bit of support so the Caitlyn can back safely. That was a crucial kill picked up for Gnar in the Rift Herald Baron pit onto the Diana. She just did not have the abilities available, and without that Gnasher's Tooth, she's really not that strong, but it looks like she is going to be going over to a Rod of Ages build first, picking up that Catalyst. That Dark Seal isn't doing any work for her, now sitting at 0-3, so it was not able to get any stacks onto that whatsoever. Now Caitlyn sitting at 97 CS, farming up very well, has a CS lead, almost 25 up against the enemy Xayah here, so she's going to have a good lead for herself as well. That's going to be Berserker Greaves picked up, so just waiting a little bit more gold to be able to finish that item Storm Razor. Wanted to get the attack speed and extra movement speed, prioritizing that first, which you should if you are an ADC player. Sometimes it is better to get that movement speed, but Rengar ultimately going to be popped here. Wanted to catch up the Diana, is going to be able to get away, but Diana just kind of standing still, not really sure what happened there. Might have been a little bit of a DC, but that's going to be Rengar picking up the kill onto the Diana, who's now 0-4, unfortunately. Now we have hit 10 deaths, so that means that 10 death power spikes should be hitting their stride here in just a couple seconds. Sejuani is going to make her way over to the mid lane here, seeing if they can dissuade this engage onto the tower. Thresh is going to make his way up here, trying to see if he can get an engage onto the side here. But Sejuani is not going to be enough to be able to dissuade the turret damage coming out here. Thresh hook gonna miss, but will land on a minion. He could have gone in if he wanted to, but did not decide to. Akali is here, but that's still a lot of damage onto this mid lane tower here, which surely will fall if the pressure does stay up. Max range binding from the Morgana gonna land onto the Sejuani. Gnar wanting to go in a little bit, trying to find the damage, but that is 1v3. That is not as safe as you think it is. You might be 2-1-2, but still, numbers win most of the time. That's going to be Thresh trying to use his lantern to pick up some souls, I suppose. But Caitlyn might actually have caught out the Sona here. That's going to be a lot of damage. It's going to land properly, yes, but that's the Sona ult using that with her last dying breath. And the shutdown going over to Xayah, that is crucial now, 2-0-2. That is going to be Sejuani using the ultimate onto the Morgana here, but Morgana Black Shield going to keep her safe from the second stun coming through. But that will be an even trade. Caitlyn falling for the support here. I'd trade ADC for support any day if I'm the side of 10 death power spikes. Morgana binding going to land onto the Diana here, but Thresh Lantern going to get her to safety. Gnar just solo pushing into the top lane here as well, trying to get as much pressure built as possible. That's going to be 10 Death's Power Spike now starting to siege onto the mid lane turret, but Black Shield used onto the Rengar. That's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Ultimate used out from the Zaya trying to get her to safety, but that's going to be not enough damage, so Zaya's going to pick that up with the Feather Recall, and now going forward, picking up the double kill, flashing forward, trying to get the triple kill. Will she be able to get it? Yes. No, the Sona is going to pick it up for her, but Gnar has teleported into enemies, and that is not very good. That is an excellent collapse and an excellent decision coming out from Team 10 Death Power Spike here. Caitlyn stepping a little too far forward, getting slowed up here by the Sejuani. Does land the net onto the Zaya, so we'll get a lot of damage. The Piltover Peacemaker barely missing for that final damage coming through, but Caitlyn should be able to defend this turret just by herself with how low the enemy team is, although they are healing up from the Sona heals. All right, and that is going to be Rift Herald started up here for 10 Death Power Spike. Now that they've hit their stride, they start to feel a little more confident here. Rengar is here, though, trying to dissuade them off of that, and there are too many numbers here from We Give Concussions in order for 10 Death Power Spike to actually give a proper contest for that. So that will be Rift Herald actually going to the side of We Give Concussions. They had picked up both Rift Heralds up to this game, and the second Rift Herald is the most powerful of the two, or the more powerful of the two, able to get a lot more work done and have a bigger health pool to be able to push more towers if possible. We do see pings coming down onto that mid lane tier 2 turret, so that's going to be Rift Herald dropped here as well, just trying to pick up a little bit of damage onto it so that way they can come take that tower down whenever they want to, and that's going to be the Cloud Dragon, so it will be a Cloud Dragon Soul for this game. That's going to be very useful for the Rengar. That's going to be ultimate reduction, ultimate cooldown reduction as well. The Dragon just fell so fast there to We Give Concussions, but as 10 Death Power Spike make their way over here to the river, but it's not going to find anything because everyone has already dispersed. Bot lane tower will fall, so that is all three outer towers picked up here for the side of We Give Concussions, doing an excellent job. All right, everyone, if you are a fan of either of these two teams, let's hear your cheers up here in the chat. Right now, 10 Death Power Spike is starting to close in a little bit onto the lead that has been ballooning in front of them, almost a 5,000 gold lead. So if you want Team 10 Death Power Spike to win this game and pull it out, you're going to have to give them your energy. Trust me, it works. The whole reason Majin Buu died, the whole reason that he was able to get the extra energy is because we gave it to him. The whole reason Cell died is because Hercules said that we need to give our energy, and we did, and he's dead. So, giving your energy 100% works. It's going to be Bork used here from Gnar wanting to go in, but that's going to be Rengar ultimate popped. That is going to be a binding landing. That's a lot of damage coming up. Sona ultimate going to land on 3 people. That's going to be a lot of damage as well. Zaya free firing here on the backline. We'll be able to pick up the kill onto the Gnar with the Feather Recall. That's going to be Rengar going in, able to get the damage. That's a lot of damage, but the hook is going to land clutchly for the Thresh, able to lock down the Zaya here for doing the rest of the damage. That's going to be flash forward from the Caitlyn, trying to get the rest of the damage. It's going to be ultimate coming out as well. That's going to be a double kill picked up for Morgana. So this mid lane siege will continue here, and that is a clean ace. Actually, sorry, 2 for 5. That is absolute amazing coming out of We Give Concussions. Now the gold lead really starting to balloon here. Now almost 6,000 gold here for the side of We Give Concussions. That is a teleport coming in. Akali does want to go in. Is she able to find the damage? That's a Rengar going very low, but is going to miss the ultimate execution there. And now Thresh with the sick outplays, leaving the Lantern there and just walking away so that a Rengar can get it to safety. But Akali, unfortunately, missing some crucial abilities there, or else the Rengar would have surely fallen. Now about a 7,000 gold lead here for the side of We Give Concussions. 10 Death Power Spike have already missed their window, so it's going to be on them to start capitalizing on the mistakes of We Give Concussions. But right now, We Give Concussions is just not giving them an inch in this game. All right, Baron is going to be available in about 15 seconds, but either team should not be looking forward to that right now. And our ultimate going to be used, but not going to be able to do any kind of work there. Will take a lot of punishment for his efforts. Rengar ultimate going to be used, going to try and get in on this Diana, who's going to absolutely get deleted from the map here. Thresh Hook going to miss, so not going to be able to lock up any targets there, and that will be Sona using her movement speed abilities to get her team to safety. Still somewhat closer in the kills here, 18 to 11, so just down by a little bit in the grand scheme of things. There is 500 gold worth of bounty on the side of We Give Concussions, so if 10 Death Power Spike is able to pick up these crucial kills onto the priority targets here, then they will have a little bit more foothold in the game. But it is going to be the Baron started up here. Thresher's trying to zone away. That is a slow Baron take right now because it is only 20 minutes, so we will see if the damage is able to come through. Thresh wanting to hook in now. But 10 Death Power Spike is none the wiser because they do not have vision on this area. So that's going to be a clean Baron take here from the side of We Give Concussions. I'd have a little bit of a concussion right now if Baron would have sneaked away from me at 20 minutes. It's like, yo, can we get a blue ward up on the Baron? Anybody? Anybody? That's what I'd be saying right now, at least. Oh, Diana barely going to make it away from the binding there. Thresh Hook just going to barely miss. The movement speed is enough from the Sona to be able to get the Diana to safety. But this is going to be a Baron Siege wave here onto the mid lane here. Caitlyn taking a little bit too much damage from the tower dive, but that is okay. Xayah solo pushing here into the bottom lane here. Not sure why she's not with her team, but you know, sometimes people just make the decision. That's going to be Rengar going in onto the Xayah and absolutely just deletes her using the ultimate. It wasn't even a fair fight there. But 10 Death Power Spike onto this side of the map, able to turn it around against We Give Concussions. That's going to be Caitlyn falling to the 4-party member of 10 Death Power Spike. Okay, Rengar starting to look towards the objectives here now. If they can pick up this dragon here, then they will be on Soul Point and able to put a lot of pressure onto the map there. Basically, we'll be able to have rotation priority onto 10 Death Power Spike, but they are going to face check this bush, and Rengar is available. Thresh right behind him, but they do decide to back off there. Black Shield was available, so I feel like they could have gone for that, maybe just not really confident in pulling the trigger right there. Okay. There's a little bit of teams playing chicken here, seeing who's actually going to fall first. I do feel like these team fights can go either way still at this point. Whichever team is able to get a pick on one of the enemies, then they will have the upper hand into this team fight. That's going to be Morgana binding landing onto the Sejuani, but not going to mean anything on the tanky member there. And that would be Dragon picked up as well. So Mountain Soul Point already here available. Rengar using ultimate, wanted to go in, but unable to find the damage. Is Gnar going in? Is she going to be able to get the Gnar? Unfortunately, no. Misses on a couple targets. Is still able to get enough. A Distortion ready. Hook going to land from the Thresh. Able to get the W Flay as well coming in. Flash away used from the Sona. Ultimate coming out from the Caitlyn. Going to do a lot of damage here. Oh my goodness. That was perfectly timed with the Morgana binding. So that will be Sona falling and Xayah limping away back to her base here. That is going to be a mid lane siege, and this could potentially be the game as we still have 3 members down for the side of 10 Death Power Spike. Unfortunately, just able to find their stride in this game. That is 22 kills to 12, and this is a fully 5-man Baron push here into the enemy base. That's going to be Nexus Tower #1, focused here by the enemy, We Give Concussions. Akali trying to go in onto this low. Rengar is able to find the execute, and that's a big shutdown. Diana going in as well, and that's going to be ultimate coming out from Sejuani, locking out a lot of members. Oh my goodness, Xayah here with the Feather Recall, able to get a huge cleanup. That's going to be Flash Forward, Ignite used as well, and just a couple more autos, and that will be Xayah picking up a double kill, getting a clean ace onto the enemy team. We Give Concussions. Excellent job done there by the Xayah, knowing that she had the damage, and she is having an amazing game right now at 8-2-7, trying to put the team on her back, and that will be them. 10 Death Power Spike making their way to the mid lane, trying to get something back for themselves. Tower #1 falling. Are we going to see tower #2? The wave is really low here, but Xayah is able to take towers pretty quickly when she has her W available. That will be the tower falling. Going to clear out the super minion wave. I hear the Rengar ult. I hear it. There he is. He's trying to go in onto the squishy targets of Xayah. If he can elite that champion, then they should be able to cleanly win this team fight. But Gnar going to be using teleport here in the top lane, going up against this Akali, who has a lot of damage right now. She is level 12. Now she's starting to lend her abilities, able to get the damage coming up here. The Twilight Shout is going to keep her safety. Sona here trying to catch out the Gnar is going to be able to use the ultimate. That's going to lock him down, but going to be able to use the wallet to get away. Just barely in time, but the chase is trying to come through. Gnar, I don't know if you're able to run away from this, but a crucial Gnar coming out as well, but the execute damage from the Akali is going to be good enough to take the kill down. So that is an 5v4 now available, and the Baron still coming up in a minute 40. So now, just as we were saying that this game is about to end, 10 Death Power Spike is able to come back with this AD carry, putting the game on her back. So now the game is a lot more even. And now the goal lead that was at least 10,000 is now shrunk down to under 5. If they can continue to find these team fights like that crucial one beforehand, using the proper abilities and the proper lockdown ultimates, I do believe they can still find their way to come back into this game. Caitlyn might be caught out a little bit here. 5-member strong chasing her, but the Xayah is trying to defend the base here. A lot of things coming out, trying to coordinate the teams together to find out which is the best strategy. Oh my goodness. Ultimate used here from the Rengar, picking up the Diana. Absolutely deleted from the mat. Hooking a land onto the Sejuani, trying to get her away from the enemy team. And Caitlyn's going to start sieging up these turrets now, doing what she does best. Able to get a lot of damage. That's going to be more Grana Binding missing here. Black Shield coming out. Xayah want to get the auto attack damage. Is going to be able to find it. And that will be Xayah picking up a kill onto this Morgana here. Thresh caught out here by the Sejuani. Having to use Flash to get away from herself to safety. But Caitlyn is still sieging up here into the bot lane, trying to get as much damage as possible while the rest of her team is distracting 10 Death Power Spike from actually going in on her right now. That's going to be ultimate landing, and Akali wanting to go in, finding the damage. Yes, Sona ultimate does come through. Caitlyn might be caught out here. Zonia is used. That's going to be ultimate coming out of the Sejuani, able to lock her down. One more auto, and yes, Sona will be able to pick up that kill. So now, 3 members dead on the side of Weak Concussions, and these team fights still coming through for the side of 10 Death Power Spike, starting to find their stride in this game. Now the kills are starting to even up. We only have 24 to 21 when it was at least 7 kill disparity. Now only a 3 kill, and this gold lead starting to shrink a little bit more. It's still at the 5,000. So it's not ballooning any more than it wants to, but still, Akali is great late game assassin. So was Diana, able to do some things if she's able to get the damage. Does have her Stinger, trying to build that towards a Nashor's Tooth. And Sejuani over here with the Warmogs is incredibly tanky. So much so that they're going to have to put a lot of damage. If she's able to frontline these team fights, I do not think that Weak Concussions has the damage output to be able to take her down. Looks like both teams focusing different objectives here. It's going to be the Baron started up here by Weak Concussions, wanting to get that extra split pushing ability, and that's going to be the Dragon focused up here by the side of 10 Death Power Spike. This is the pressure that you get when you have Soul Point onto the Dragon. You just basically get to take other things for free while the enemy team is sitting there trying to defend against the rest. Akali trying to go in. Is she going to be able to get the steal? No. Rengar able to secure that with his Smite. So that will be the Baron picked up for the side here of Weak Concussions, and now 2 Dragons over here for the side of 10 Death Power Strike. And that means Power Spike is going to try and make their way over to the mid lane here, trying to defend themselves. The inhibitor has respawned, so they have a little bit of breathing room. That will be no more Super Minions. This is the last Super Minion wave, unless that inhibitor gets taken down again. But still, decent defense coming out here. Now we see the Xayah actually have a CS lead over the Caitlyn. She's now sitting at 9-2. She is significantly stronger, now picking up the Guardian Angel and a Bork as well. A very interesting build coming out here from the Xayah. Maybe a little bit of something that I'm not very sure of, but still good on her to be able to find the damage that she is. Is also picking up the Ignite as well, so doesn't have the heal to be able to save her. So, very interesting build paths here in total from the Xayah. Every ultimate is available from both teams here, so if a team fight breaks out, there will be a lot of craziness going on. Diana is chunked very low, unable to go in, but that might be Xayah caught out here, able to use the flash to get away from the fresh hook, and is falling very low. Having to use the ultimate to get some of the damage coming out. Is going to be able to land the feather recall, so stun up one. That is going to be Sejuani actually falling low to the Rengar here. Akali trying to go in to get the damage, but is unable to do so. Oh my goodness, the feather recall is actually going to get the damage, and that's going to be a huge team fight. Xayah again putting this team on her back, finding the team fight damage. That's going to be 4-0. That is an absolute amazing team fight coming out of the side of Tin Death Power Spike. Oh my goodness, now they've actually come into the kill lead here. Was the Baron worth it? They knew better than we did. Going in to get that dragon was the correct call because they had the team fight damage available. All right, now just to reset, the Baron is still available for the Caitlyn. She is the only member with Baron available to her. So she is the sieging member of We Give Concussions. So it will be interesting to see if the rest of her team is able to corral around her and get some more damage onto these towers. But still, the inhibitor did not fall. It is still alive, so that means no more super minions going to be pushing in here for the side of We Give Concussions. A little bit easier of a defense and not a whole lot of pressure put on the map. Now with no neutral objectives available, there's a little bit of breathing room for the side of Tin Death Power Spike. That is going to be a 5-man pusher, so they are able to get a corral built around this Caitlyn, trying to take down this inhibitor. The rest of the team for Team Tin Death Power Spike is not available, so it looks like the inhibitor will actually fall, unable to really contest this at all. Very unfortunate. They just kind of walked up for free and were able to take that inhibitor. They caught Tin Death Power Spike sleeping in their base. And now the gold lead still stagnated, and it's actually shrunk to about a 4,000 gold lead, so still slowly but surely climbing back. Rengar actually might be caught out here from the Sejuani. The ultimate is available if she wanted to go in on that, but Rengar actually can use his own ultimate to get away from the potential engage that Sejuani had on her. All right, and that looks like it's going to be the mid lane tower targeted here. Rengar actually might have been caught out. Yes, he is. That's going to be a lot of damage coming through. He is very squishy, building full glass cannon there, and that's going to be a dead kitty. So that's going to be the inhibitor turret sieged up on here. Now actually going to be blown up. Sona just gets deleted from the map with the Morgana binding in conjunction with the tower dive here. Bork going to be used, so the slow is going to come out, and that is going to be Xayah actually caught out here with the Morgana binding. GA is available, so that is going to be popped, so there will be a little bit of revive coming on, but is the damage going to be able to come through? Gnar going in. Is he able to find the ultimate? Yes, stuns up 2 against the wall. Zonya's used here from the Diana, but that is still Xayah actually free firing on the battle line. This is how it happens every single time. Able to get the free fires going up. That's going to be stun coming up and is landing, but still, damage is very low. Caitlyn is here. If she's able to get this outplay, it will be absolutely massive for her. That's a lot of damage. Xayah, I'm not sure what you're doing there, is able to get the return kill with the feather recall, but still falls to the Caitlyn, so that is only Morgana left alive against Diana. It is a mid lane versus mid lane match. Now still this Xayah, now 12, 3, and 12. Absolutely massive, doing work in these team fights here. Guardian Angel has been popped. Interesting to see. We don't see any Zeal items onto the Xayah whatsoever, so potentially not having the full damage output with that attack speed combined with your W feather dance there. But that is going to be the Dragon Soul going over to the side of Weak Concussions. They're basically catching everybody sleeping, even myself. Unfortunately, Tin Death Power Spike is going to be able to deal with that. It's going to be Rengar actually deleting the Sona from the map, doing what he does, jumping on people and actually scratching them to death. Yes, that is what he does. He has a little tooth thing, and that's what he uses to kill people with. It's basically a massive back scratcher. All right, It's going to be a lot of pings coming out here from the side of We Give Concussions trying to coordinate their team efforts here. Diana, you might have said a little bit too far, but it's going to be the Rengar actually going in. The hook is going to miss there, but that's going to be a lot of damage as well. Ultimate use here from the Xayah. Wanted to catch out the Rengar, but jump going to be available. Still going to be able to get picked up here by the Xayah. That's a lot of damage coming through. The hook going to land onto the Xayah, and that's going to be a double kill picked up here for her. Still staying alive, not falling to the thresh, barely able to live there, but that's going to be ultimate coming out. Is going to be enough damage? No, the healing was enough. Gnar making his way over here as well. They do want this kill to come through. That's going to be a flash away use from the Xayah. Is the damage going to come through? There's going to be a Akali to save her AD carry. The feather recall is huge, and that's going to be enough damage onto the Gnar. So again, Xayah is crucially staying alive. Now the ultimate used as well, but is going to be counteracted by the black shield here onto the Caitlyn. So Caitlyn will not fall. Xayah crucially staying alive there to be able to protect her team from the game ending right there. Now, again, these team fights are so crucially close. I cannot express to you enough how close they are, because all that needs to happen is if Xayah gets removed from the map, then We Give Concussions will be able to march into the base and win. But she is putting this team on her back, and I love seeing that as an AD carry main. These AD carries stepping forward and making sure that their team has some agency in this game. That is the one weakness of Gnar. He doesn't have a lot of engaged potential. If you're not in range for his little jump that he has, then you pretty much are safe as long as you don't get hit by any auto attacks. And he has not built the Frozen Mallet, so it's not going to be able to have a lot of stickiness that most Gnars had. Still a 30 CS lead here for the Xayah. Now building a Zeal item, so we'll be going full damage, but does have the Guardian Angel that should be coming up here shortly. Just more than 3/4 of the way finished on that cooldown. So should have that for the next fight if they're able to solve it out, but the Baron is available. Both teams are going to be looking towards getting that taken care of. It's going to be Morgana trying to clear out some of the vision here, and it looks like they are trying to pull a little bit of a cheese here, but now the Baron has been started up. This is Tin Death Power Spike making their way over. This could be the team fight that actually decides the game. Looks like We Give Concussions is going to back away from this team fight. Rengar ultimate used, trying to pick up somebody here, will go in with his abilities, but looks like the ultimate actually will time out here. Diana going to get her way to safety, but that still was a little bit of a Baron dance coming out from both teams here. Now, the Baron is started up here by the Rengar, trying to get a little bit of a bait going on, unable to find the damage onto it, but that is still 5 members here called out. They need to be careful here. Gnar can go in at any time, jump over the wall, and get a Gnar ultimate. Is going to land the boulders. A little bit of slows coming in onto the Akali, but the Sona is going to keep her alive. Sona is a very great late game support, able to do a lot of healing, a lot of shielding, and a lot of movement speed buffs here. So now that she's starting to fall into this more late game, starting to get the levels, starting to get some of the items here, it will be a lot easier for her to keep her team alive and actually do the support's job. Looks like the Baron dance has concluded for now. That is Act 1. Act 2 should be coming up here shortly, because whichever team is able to pick that up will have the advantage. The inhibitor has respawned for the side of Tin Death Power Spike, so not having all that pressure available for the side of We Give Concussion. That's going to be the Baron started up here. They are doing a lot of damage to it. Is it going to be fast enough? Akali wanted to make her way over here. Is she going to be able to catch this Baron getting started up here? Yes, she will. She will use the blast to go over, but that is landing onto Caitlyn traps. Is going to be caught up there, having to use the Zon needs to get away from that. The Baron is going to be picked up here by the side of the Rengar. Hook going to land onto the Sejuani, who is incredibly tanky. Still going to pop the Gargoyle Stone Plate as well. Has so much health available to her, but basically the team just disengages with the Baron, so that is still unfortunate for the side of Tin Death Power Spike. Unable to collapse in time as We Give Concussions did the Baron too quickly for them. Now, we've seen this before. This is the third time that the Baron buff has come in through the mid lane. Looks like it's going to be all 5 members pushing strong here. Going to be able to take down the inhibitor, most likely. And if they are, will they be able to finally push over the threshold and get the game, or will we see another insane team fight coming out of the Xayah, who has a level lead over the Caitlyn, now sitting at level 17, only 1 level under the Rengar, who is the highest level in the game at level 18. Morgana trying to get some work done as well. Guardian Angel is available for the Xayah, so she is going to be have a little bit of survivability in these team fights if she does get deleted from this Rengar. And again, if you are a fan of either of these teams, reach out into the chat. Let me know which team you're rooting for here. Is it going to be Team 10 Death Power Spike, or is it going to be We Give Concussions? There is a pause here because the ADC did DC. Unfortunately, Zaya has left the game. A little bit of computer issues there, I'm sure. Riot right now just having a little bit of a server overload with their servers. Everybody that's on quarantine right now is playing League, if you play League at all. Also out of Discord, was that a router fail as well? We'll have to see if the Zaya is going to be able to come back into this team. There is a 20-minute pause rule here, or sorry, a 30-minute pause rule here. So we will wait a little bit. I'm actually going to go on a little bit of a commercial break, just playing some music for you guys. No commercials, no ads, nothing like that, but I didn't have a better word for you guys. So we will be back as soon as the game unpauses here.
So many roads to go before the dawn. Just take my hand, don't let us come undone. You may not see the glow, but I see us shine. Keep holding on, cause we're too far from done. And I know you could be the one, cause we all live for the love. We all live for the love. Even though we've only begun, we give it all for the love. I'm out on the line, praying that our stars align. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. I'm out on the line, and I know that I'll be fine. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. Sometimes we lose our way, no we can't define the things that make us stay lost in time. I wake up every day to see a smile, and I put it all for you on the line. So I thought you could be the one, cause we all live for the love. We all live for the love. Even though we've only begun, we give it all for the love. I'm out on the line, praying that our stars align. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. I'm out on the line, and I know that I'll be fine. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. My heart on the line.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I do apologize for that delay, but we did have a little bit of an issue here from the Zaya. She unfortunately just was unable to get connected there. So we will see a little bit of action going on here. The Sejuani does want to go in, and the Gnar ultimate is going to be huge onto the enemy team here. But Zaya's still trying to go in, is able to get a lot of the auto attack damage. They were able to pick up the dragon here as well. That's going to be a lot of damage, and the Elder Dragon is doing huge damage in this team fight. Looks like the Surgeons is coming through. Will this be the end of the game here, just happening so fast? It looks like it will. That's going to be the inhibitor falling, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen the turnaround happen here. Team 10 Death Power Spike have hit their Power Spike, and they are now able to take out this game. They're taking on Nexus number 1, and Nexus turret number 2 is falling, and that will be the Nexus falling now. Zaya was able to come back and still put the team on her back with an amazing performance outside here from Toxic Dragons number 1. Wow, what an amazing game. Like, absolute destruction right there. I mean, I did not think that we were going to see something like that happen, honestly. With a very large pause coming out from there. I don't know why I couldn't find the words. Very large pause coming out, and unfortunately, the enemy teams were just unable to capitalize. As soon as the damage came out, it was pretty much over. The Elder Dragon being picked up was huge in that team. So now we're just waiting on the rest of the players to join up for game 2. But now we will see how what's going to be able to take place here. Now that Team 10 Death Power Spike has caught up. Looks like we're still having a little bit of issues in the game here. All right, and the teams are readying up. They just had a couple questions on a little bit of technicalities there. Sometimes casters play the role of a little bit of a referee, so I was giving them some information that they needed for the next game. But now we're going to see what the next couple steps here are going to be for Team 10 Death Power Spike, because they were losing incredibly hard in the early game, but were able to come back, and now the second draft has started up here. So we will get into that and see what the picks and bans are going to be for both teams here. All right, just getting everything set up. I do apologize. I am using a newer version of the OBS streaming tool, so a little bit of delay there, so I do apologize for that. It's going to be the same bans coming out here. Rengar, though, will be banned as well, and then we do see a Reactionary Xayah ban as well. Looks like the teams have switched sides, so it will be now Team 10 Death Power Spike over here on the blue side, and we give Concussions over here on the red side. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I did put my hat on. I felt like I had made my point that everyone saw my thick, luscious, golden brown hair. So now I'm getting as much use out of this Team Liquid hat as possible because my favorite player, Doublelift, has now moved back home to TSM. My hat is already in the mail. So as soon as that hat comes in, then I will have a proper retirement of this Team Liquid hat. It has served me well over the past 2 years for back-to-back season championships for Team Liquid. So looking forward to seeing Doublelift do some amazing things in the LCS. It will be interesting. It will be interesting to see. I did want to see Brox coming in, but back to this game here. It looks like the bans being picked up are going to be final bans coming out for Vel'Koz and Talon. Not want to have to deal with those assassins. And again, Sejuani being picked up here for the side of 10 Death Power Spike. That was absolutely crucial in that last game, landing some key ultimates on priority targets, able to get a lot of work done. So good to see this jungler being picked up again. Now we will see Lee Sin coming out here. Since the Rengar was banned away, we still see a little bit more of an assassin type jungle pick coming out here, but does have a little bit of team fighting ability. We will see if the insects are able to come through, knocking the enemy team into his own team to be able to get these priority targets off of the map. Now, Lux being picked up in here as well. The Lux was previously banned in the last game, so potentially here we're going to see a lot of damage coming out from this Lux who did not get to play her champion before. So I am curious to see what the mastery is going to be here as well. Looks like a lot of the same team draft, though, coming out of the side of 10. This is such a hard name to say. 10 Death Power Spike. I'm just going to start saying Power Spike for now because that makes it easier for me. Diana being picked up here as well. That's a little bit of a change because no, that is the same. So, again, still the same team comp coming out. Are we just going to see a run back here and then the changes coming out here from the side of weak Concussions? I mean, they do say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We will see a different AD carry, but what is that going to be, and will it even matter? Tristana being picked up here, who's a really powerful AD carry, especially she was able to receive those buffs from the 10-11 patch. So she is very strong. Aphelios being banned out here as well, so really trying to pinch on this AD carry pull that has still not been picked up onto the side of Power Spike here. And that's also going to be Vayne picked away as well. They did recognize the power that this Toxic Dragons 1 had on the Xayah, so really want to take away this team fighting, outplay, mechanically gifted champion that is Vayne. Wanted to take off the table because in the right hands, if you are better than the enemy on Vayne, you will be able to 1v9 and win the game. That's just how much damage and kiting comes out from the Vayne. It's absolutely insane. I love playing her in solo queue. I do it all the time, and I can absolutely feel like I'm a monster on this champion. Now we will see Leona picked up here as well, who is amazing support paired with the Tristana here. Does have a lot of potential to fight, especially level 2s, going to be able to get the Zenith Blade and the stun, while Tristana will have her bombs and the jump available to her. So if they are able to find the damage, I do favor the bot lane duo here so far, even without seeing the AD carry pick up here from Team 10 Death Power Spike. And very interesting, we actually see a Callista being picked up here for the side of Toxic Dragons here. Going to be very interesting to see how they're going to be able to utilize this, because yes, you can knock the Sona in there. She'll get a knock up, and then she'll be able to get a free ultimate while that knock up is in play. And we do see a set coming in as well. So really looking to get a lot of team fight coming out. Diana's going to be able to have a lot of team fight pressure as well, because she is an assassin that does have a lot of sustainability and a lot of sustained damage as well. And with the set being able to have his shield as well as the true damage from that Haymaker in Sejuani with her team fight changing ultimate as well, that's going to be a lot of team fighting. So again, I actually starting to favor the side of this 10 Death Power Spike enemy composition. It is easy to execute, but we do see a Garen is going to be the final pick here for the side of We Give Concussions. It's going to be a very easy top laner here to deal with the set. Now, Set has a lot of tools available to him. He has a shield. He has an auto attack speed buff as well. I just think Garen is such an easy champion to play. He's basically one of the first champions you can pick up in the entire game if you do choose to. And Garen, we've seen in the ESDL before, when teams fall back on that top lane easy pick, they're able to come back and really do a lot of damage in game number 2 if they fell in game 1. Okay, and now the game is going to be started up here. While we wait for this 3-minute spectator delay in order to preserve competitive integrity, we will go to a quick music break here while everyone just kind of chills out. So we will see you back in about 3 minutes here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the second game has popped up here. Now we are just getting into it. Again, this is going to be the second game here in this ESDL matchup. We already have one game picked up here from the side of Tin Death Power Spike, who has chosen a side selection switch. So they are now on the blue side here. So we are going to see what these two teams are going to be able to do. Will Team Tin Death Power Spike able to clutch this game out and get a 2-0 victory over Week of Concussions? Or will see a tie game coming up in here while Week of Concussions is able to call themselves back? Let's see which team is going to pull it out. Let me know which team you're rooting for in the chat down below. Okay, now all the borders are set up here. It's going to be a standard start here for the side of Team Tin Death Power Spike, but Lee Shin is going to get a leash from his top laner. Wanted to start on his red side, so might even see a little bit of action coming in here into the mid lane. Is going to make his way over that scuttle. Now, will be some trading coming out here as well. And Lee Sin already trying to double buff the Sejuani over here. Does want to get some damage. Sejuani over here going to face check this bush. Lee Sin is here, and it is available. She was on a ward. That's a lot of damage coming out from the side here. Smite going to be using a little bit of health, but the Sejuani is going to be able to, unfortunately, does not able to pick up the blue buff there. And Lee Sin will get away with his life, but that is Sejuani wanting to come over here with the help of her mid laner, and top laner has roamed in as well. Will the Lee Sin be able to away scot-free and be able to take this away? This is so much time being lost as well, but that is going to be Sejuani picking up the engage here, but the flash away used, but this is Diana wanting to go in. One more auto attack will do it. Yes, it's going to be first blood picked up here for Diana. Able to have a little bit of a better game, and that's going to be Lux falling down as well. So fantastic rotation out here from the side of Team Tin Death Power Spike, not wanting to wait for their Power Spike at 10 deaths. Want to start an early lead in this game. Okay, that is going to be Garen getting a little bit of the trading going on onto the set, who is able to use the lockdown there, but is losing that trade battle. Garen just so easy to play and so difficult to play into with the judgment, with the shield coming out, as well as the silence that he has available to him. But we also see Tristana here having a farm lead over this Callista. Callista will be able to pick up these 3 minions here, but might not be enough. Sona wants to go in onto the Siona, who is still running away, but now is able to catch out the Callista with the Zenith Blade here. And that is Tristana going in with a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, not able to find the damage, but yes, coming over the wall here, but heal's going to be used to be able to keep the Callista alive. The explosive charge is not going to fully detonate, but that will still be Diana wanted to come here as well, roaming up the mid lane. Zenith Blade going to land, trying to lock down the Diana right there. Explosive charge not available. Now used. Callista wanted to go in, get these Ren stacks, unable to find the execute damage, but does rip the Ren stacks out from the enemy champions right there. A lot of action coming here early on in this game. Team Tin Death Power Spike really trying to close this game out early, not wanting to give Concussions any footing in this game whatsoever. Already starting out with a 3-0 lead. Okay. Y'all let me know if the background music is too loud. I want to make sure that the volume mix is good for y'all watching and trying to enjoy this game. Okay, Leona trying to catch out the Callista is going to be able to land the team play. The Lux is here as well to land the stun, and that is going to be Callista falling over here to the side of We Give Concussions. That was a great rotation here from the jungler and the mid laner of We Give Concussions. Okay, it's going to be set, missing his CC there. Is going to be able to land the Haymaker, but doesn't have a big shield, so it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. But the Garen is able to go in with the Judgment, getting a big trade, winning that battle in the top lane now. We'll be able to heal up a lot of damage too once the passive starts to come in. And there it is. Now we see that green aura. So Garen is going to be able to heal up a percentage of his HP. I believe, yes, let's take a look at that. That is 2.3%, but Lee Sin wants to go in here on the top lane. That snare is going to land onto the Diana. That's a long snare. Is it going to be enough damage, though? That's going to be a lot of dodging coming out, so the fancy footwork is going to get Diana to safety away from this Lee Sin. And Ocean Dragon is available. That's going to be the first dragon of the game. Will provide a little bit of extra healing for whichever team is able to pick that up. Now, if Team 10 Death Power Spike is able to pick that up, they will have a little bit more survivability in this game because Tristana does have a lot of damage early game. The only reason they were able to get those kills earlier is because they did have a better rotation as well. So they need to get a little bit more gold for themselves in order to have a little bit more footing into this game if they do want to close it out early. Control ward going to be cleared out here from the Garen, trying to get the vision denied here for the set. Wants him to be in the dark at all points. And look at the CS lead. It is 47 CS to 22-23 now for the set. So he's just getting absolutely bullied out of this lane. Usually you don't see a set getting bullied out of lane, but unfortunately right now the Garen, too easy to execute, able to really take advantage of this set. All right, Diana looking like she wants to make her way over to the bot lane. Is going to be in the river, but Lux is there waiting for her in the wings. Control ward going to be used to be able to get some permanent vision there until it gets cleared. Diana trying to clear this wave so that she does have the priority here. Got a little bit of tongue-tied there, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Big wave pushing here into the bot lane as well. Callista's going to be able to have to clean this up under her tower, which is very easy for her with the Rend available, so she will be able to clean up that cannon minion there. Sejuani trying to clear out some of the vision here in the Tribush. Is sitting on a ward right now. Lee Sin making his way over, trying to get some... Trying to land his cube, maybe catch out the Sejuani. That would be a free dragon if they were able to do that. If either jungler falls, you gotta imagine being on the bot side. That's a free dragon. Okay, that's going to be the snare landing for the Lux. The Q is going to be there. The ultimate coming out as well. It's doing a lot of damage. That's going to be the Q used by the Lee Sin. Is able to get behind the Diana. It's going to be kill picked up in the mid lane. Great 2v1 here. Jungle mid synergy coming out from the side of We Give Concussions. Really trying to claw their way back into this game. Now sitting at only a 1 kill deficit and actually a 300 gold lead. Now make that 400. Yes, they are trying to get this game winning. Look at the CS differences. It's 61 to 37 in the top lane and 60 CS to 41 into the bot lane, and even a little bit of a CS lead, probably about 8 in the mid lane. So they are trying to power farm their way to this victory here, trying to alleviate that extra lead that was built in the early game. Sometimes you just got to roll the punches, and they are rolling very well here on the side of Concussions. Their team name has been shortened to Concussions instead of We Give Concussions. It's easier to say. It is just easier to say. Ocean Dragon still available here for both teams. Neither team really trying to posture up for that, but they don't really need to. It's only 9 minutes in the game. That's going to be the set, trying to CS a little too far forward. Garen will catch him out. Ultimate is available, so if the shield is able to get deleted, that will be ultimate coming out, and that's going to be flash away, but still barely living with just a few health. Diana making her way over here now, wanted to go in with the Qs here. Does have the dash available. Is she going to be able to get the damage? The ultimate still is available. No, it's not. It's actually on cooldown. Flash away is going to get the Garen to safety, though. And a little bit of fight going on here in the bot lane as well. That's going to be Lee Sin coming in to save his teammate Lux, who is going to use the ultimate to knock the Sejuani away, unable to find the shockwave blast onto the Sona there. So will live. Diana trying to pick up some of the honey fruit here to stay alive a little bit better. And we'll be able to do that. Now it's looking like Team Power Spike trying to make their way to this dragon will be able to. That's going to be them going for it right now. with the superior rotation and that mid lane priority. Oh, and Tristana favors herself a little bit of a 1v1 here. Does want to go in. Is able to get the explosive charge onto the Callista, but not able to get the full stacks on it. Sejuani making her way over here. Ultimate is not available, so this should be an easy walkway, but no. There's Tristana going to use her ultimate to try and push the Sejuani back. Does not know what is available to her right now. And they are able to walk back against this 4-man push that was coming to them under the tower. Tristana should be able to clean up this wave under her tower. Once she gets attack damage in the form of BF Sword, it's a lot easier for her to farm under tower. It's not very easy when you're level 1, level 2 without any extra attack damage because of that explosive charge passive. Diana making her way over here to this Rift Herald, trying to contest it. Lee Sin is low, so if she decides to go in on this, we'll have the ability to do so, but that's going to be an execute coming out from the Lee Sin. Ultimate use from the Lux to try and dissuade the Diana from going in any further, and that will be Rift Herald picked up here. Lee Sin going to back, and look at all these plates being solo picked up here by the Garen, really having a field day with this set. Now up 30 CS, make that 36 now. Yes, I can do math. That's really 35. He missed one of the wave there. There's 6 minions to a wave. He missed one. It's not my fault. It's not my fault he missed a CS. Okay, now we're just going to have a reset coming out here for both teams. Still, the CS leads are what's keeping Concussions into this game. Even though they are losing the kill lead, and they did lose that early, the ability to farm in CS in the early game is crucial, especially if you want to stay relevant. If you're able to get your CS, even if somebody else on the enemy team is dying, or even on your team is dying, you want to make sure that you can get your own gold, right? So, the Tristana able to get a farm lead onto the Callista here. One plate taken in piece for both teams here. Lee Sin just trying to clear out the vision. He can have himself a little bit of a gain if he does choose to. Now, the set does still have 2 kills. It's going to be Sejuani making her way over. Wanted to use the ultimate onto the Garen. That's going to be suplex picked up. That's a lot of damage onto the Garen, but there's still not a whole lot left, and that will be the gank. Failed here, and a failed tower dive, so Garen will live. A lot of ultimates used for nothing gained here, unfortunately. I'm glad you think my math is okay. I appreciate it. And that's going to be the Leona trying to clear out the vision here into the bottom lane. Diana does have the midway priority, so is making her way over to the bot lane. Is this going to be a potential gank? Pings are coming in through, so they will have to set this up. Ultimate is available for the Callista, so we'll be able to use that if she wants to, but Diana is actually going to go back to the mid lane here now that Lee Sin has dropped the Rift Herald in the mid lane. This could be mid tower falling as well simultaneously. The top lane, Garen still having a field day, now up 36 CS against the set. Make that a lot more CS. That's a 42 CS. He is now up. Going to get a lot of plates here on this mid lane tower. That's going to be stun landing here onto the Diana. Ultimate use to get a little bit of extra damage. Just going to try and push the Diana out of the lane, but she does have the corrupting potions available to keep herself alive a little bit longer. Lee Sin is waiting in the bush here, though. Is he going to be able to go in, or does he fancy himself wanting to go to? Does have the shockwave available. Sonic Wave, not Shockwave, Sonic Wave, that's what it is. Okay, Garen wants to go in onto the set, who's going to miss the Haymaker there, so does not have that damage available to him. The ultimate, sorry, the CC is going to be used, but that's a huge stun landing onto the Tristana. Unfortunately, Leona here to save her teammate, so that's going to be Rinstacks going into the Leona, but might have done enough peeling there for her ADC. Fantastic play there from the Leona, absolutely clutch. The Rinstacks damage is going to be nice, but not enough to take her out, and well played there by the support player from We Give Concussions. Now, Lux might be caught a little bit here. Lee Sin going to shield his teammates a little bit. Ultimate coming through as well. Barrier pops, so that's a lot of damage, unable to be soaked up there. Garen trying to go in as well, stunned up from the Sejuani as well. This is 3v1. Oh, the ultimate comes out somehow, even mid-suplex. I don't know how that happened, but still, Garen shut down now going over to the set, who was able to pick up at least 150 gold. That's going to be 450 gold kill for him. Now the energy juices are flowing. The monster energy drink is almost depleted, so now I am hyped. Again, if you for either of these teams, let's hear the chants here for Team 10 Death Power Spike, or if you want this game to end in a tie and you want your team we give Concussions to come back in this game, let me know in the chat down below. Okay, Lee Sin going to be able to take up the Scuttle Crab. Wanted to get the vision because Dragon is available now, as it is going to be Mountain Dragon. If they are able to even up this Dragon score, it will be easier for them, and it looks like it will either be a Fire Dragon, the Infernal, or another Cloud Dragon. It will be interesting to see, because I think we've had Cloud Dragon in the game before as well. Okay, so the superior rotations here coming out from the side of We Give Concussions will allow them to pick up that Dragon easily. Scuttle Crab still going to be picked up by the Lee Sin. Teleport used here from Set. Want to get back into this lane. He sees a massive wave that he just cannot let go. Now the Garen really starting to push the CS lead. Now up 43 CS. Doing a great job. And the tower is falling super low as well. No towers taken yet, but if Garen's able to take that, is able to land the silence onto the Set, who was trying to go on him under tower. That's going to be Sejuani. Want to go in onto the Lee Sin, is able to take away the blue buff from it. The ultimate going to be used from the Lee Sin, getting the Diana pushed away, and Set is still low, unable to fight the Garen under tower. But great pickup here and great steal by the Sejuani. Ultimate used here from the Lux. Want to get a lot of damage, but that's going to be the jump over from the wall from the Sejuani. One of the lockdown the Lux. It is going to be able to do a stun here, and that's going to be enough damage for the Lux to fall. Sona ultimate coming out as well, and shut down over to the Sejuani, picking up 150 gold from the Lee Sin as well. So great crucial kills being picked up here as well. Ultimate used onto the Set, and the shield is going to keep himself alive, so the true damage not coming through 100% onto the Set. Will be able to keep himself alive in that fight. Garen was surely winning. Whew. My voice is getting tired, but it's okay. I'm here for all of you that are watching. Thanks again for tuning in this game with the ESDL. This is week 3 of the Esports Development League. This match, again, is between Team 10 Death Power Spike and Team We Give Concussions. Currently, right now, Team 10 Death Power Spike is up 1-0 in this best of 2 series. Looking to claim out this game and claim this match victory at 2-0 cleanly now. And that is going to be a Rift Herald look for the side here of We Give Concussions. Wanted to get these neutrals objectives. Now, they were able to control the neutrals in the previous game, and they still are showing that prowess ability to be able to do that. They don't have a Xayah to have to deal with, so if they're able to win these team fights, unlike the last game, they still should have the edge. Lux ultimate used. I don't know what she was trying to do. Maybe throw out the minion wave so that way they weren't able to get the tower, but that is going to be Sejuani getting snared up here by the Lux. Able to use her abilities to get away, but Lee Sin might be caught out a little bit too much. She's going to be spotted on a ward now. Sejuani does want to go in. The flash away having to be used by the Sejuani to be able to get in, but that's going to be a dead Lee Sin suplex used onto him, so he's going to die very easily. Tristana solo pushing into the bot lane, wanting to get herself a lot of gold here. The tower's score is even, both at 2 apiece, but Tristana takes towers very quickly. Now, Callista is here to help the Set out in this fight. The ultimate is going to be used. Sorry, the Haymaker now used as well, but there is going to be enough Rin stacks. That's a lot of damage coming out. Looks like she was able to ultimate the Set in, changing out who she wanted to actually have that Oathsworn passive onto, and did pick the Set, and I think that is an absolute fantastic heads-up play here by the Callista. Well done indeed. Okay, Lee Sin's going to go in onto the Set, trying to get some damage, but that is going to be a knockup used onto the Lee Sin. Able to get the outplay here. Is he going to be able to get the Set? The Set does have his true damage shield coming up now, and it does the Lee Sin have the damage. It's going to come down to the wire, but that is going to be shut down going over to the Lee Sin. Able to take out the 1v2 under his own tower. And Lee Sin is putting this game on his back. Previously played the Rengar, but showing that he also has mastery on this champion as well. So does know how to have some mechanics into this game. Doesn't only know how to press R and then Q after right-clicking. Fantastic show of skill here. Okay, that is going to be the focus now moving towards the dragon. Is going to be up in 43 seconds, so looking to get the vision, but they are backing on a ward. Now going to be swept out to be able to get that to be able to stay in the dark here in the fog of war. Lux might have walked a little bit too far forward. Ability is going to be used, but the stun is not going to come through onto her. Very crucial that she was able to live there. Leona is going to be able to clear out that vision. Snare is going to land, and that's going to be some ultimate used onto Leona, trying to go in on her. Flash away used as well, but ultimate from the Tristana is going to put the Sejuani away to dissuade that engage going any further. Garen again trying to get some trading damage onto the set. Does have the health lead. Might even want to get a little bit of a tower dive. Does have the Rift Herald available too if he decides to take down this tower. And there is a dragon dance going on here as well in the bottom river. Sejuani going to be caught out here by the Lux Q. Snare is going to come through. But how much damage is this dragon worth in these team fights? Does it make it an even 5v4 or does it make it an outnumbered 5v4? We'll have to find out. Explosive charge onto the Sejuani. Not going to find a whole lot of damage. Teleport now coming out from the Garen. Wants to make this a 5v4. Leona ultimate going to come through, and that's Lux ultimate doing a lot of damage. Diana wants to go in and get damage. Yes, he does. But Lux is so low. Will be caught out here by the Leona as well. Callista trying to get away from the Tristana, who flashes forward. Explosive charge now used. Will find the damage onto the Callista, and that was a great heads-up display by the AD carry, Diamond Smurfing. Set finally made his way over here, but it's too little too late. That is two members catching you out right there. You will get caught in by the Lee Sin. He's going to be able to use his abilities on you, but that is the huge set shield coming out, but that's just delaying the inevitable. Ultimate wasted. Now Rift Herald is going to be used towards this tier 2 mid lane turret. Wanted to take that down as well after picking up that Cloud Soul, that Cloud Dragon, excuse me. And it will be Cloud Soul again. I think that's the most common dragon that we can see in this game. I see that dragon most often in most of my games, most of the LCS games, so and even in most of the ESDL games that I do cast. I wonder if we can get a little bit of percentage changes coming into these next couple patches for the mid-season update. Sejuani want to go in onto the Lee Sin, who is trying to take away her cam. Ultimate is used to be able to get her away, but that is going to be the Callista waiting in the wings for the Lee Sin. Does have the Rins, wanted to go in with the auto attacks, trying to find the damage, but Leona is here to posture up and dissuade the engage from going any further. Callista unable to get the work that she was doing in the last game as Xayah, since that was banned away. I wonder if that was the one trick or also the Jhin banned away as well. So really shrinking that champion pool, having to pull out the old school pocket pick here from the Toxic Dragons. All right, that's going to be ultimate used here by the Callista. Is going to get the knockup onto two members here. That's going to be a lot of damage coming through. Leona ultimate used as well, stunning up two members. But that still will be the mid laner Lux falling to the Team 10 Death Power Spike. Now, they have died 9 times, so they are 1 death away from hitting their power stride here. Might be able to find it sooner rather than later. That's going to be the ultimate use here from the Sejuani. Wanted to catch out the enemy AD carry. Jump away from the Tristana is going to keep her to safety, and that's going to be the tower falling as well. Tier 2 will fall shortly. Explosive charge is onto the Sejuani. That is a lot of damage, but they might have stepped too far forward. It was the bait the whole time, and that was going to be Tristana almost falling to Diana, but is going to be able to get her way to safety. No summoner spells available for the Tristana, so if she is caught out, she will most likely be dead if the jump is unavailable. So really having to watch that cooldown and play safe. Callista, unfortunately, missing the cannon right there. A little bit of a misplay. But sometimes it be that way, though. Still a huge CS lead for the Garen. Now increase that to over 85 CS. Actually, exactly 65 CS. I know how to do math, I promise. Over to the set. And still, the Tristana having a CS lead over the Callista. That is 29 CS lead. So that is where the extra gold is coming from. And we do see a 3,000 gold lead for We Give Concussions over Team 10 Death Power Spike, who does not have the Xayah to be able to turn these team fights around. It is only on the Callista, so we will see if the picks are able to come through onto this enemy team. And it looks like the Baron will be the focus for both teams here, trying to get the vision set up into the river here. Does not want to have any Baron snuck away. There was a Baron sneak in the previous game at 20 minutes. So trying to prevent that neutral control that Concussion does have over 10 Death Power Spike. Who at any moment, once the next death comes through onto Power Spike, they will get their abilities to come through. That is Sejuani going over on a Lee Sin. Ultimate is going to land, being able to lock up the Lee Sin, but that is Leona coming through, trying to save her teammate. Lee Sin will use his dash to get his teammate, but Set what's going with the suplex. That's a lot of damage, and yes, it looks like the team fight is going to be cleaned up here by the side of Tin Death Power Spike. That's going to be the chase coming through. Callista really wants this Leona, but is not going to be able to find the damage on her. She will run away with those Tier 2 boots here coming out. Opting to go with the Mercury Treads instead of the mobility boots. That is very interesting. But now Power Spike has recognized that they have a team fight advantage, so they will start at the Baron here, forcing Concussions to face check this. And that is going to be Callista wanting to go in onto the enemy team here. That's going to be a lot of damage, and that will be the support Leona falling. Lux surely to fall soon, and that's going to be the Baron picked up here for Team Tin Death Power Spike, really recognizing when they had the advantage and able to capitalize on that. So good job on them. Want to take a quick moment here to call out some follows we have recently. Coyote Hayes, thank you so much for the follow. The Alex Star 6, thank you for the follow. ArcaneAngel.tv, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Thank you for the follow. And Feeding Trash, thank you for the follow as well. Lee Sin actually going to pick up some shutdown while all of that was happening onto the Diana, so that will be a lot of go over to him. Diana having a much better game this time around, now 6-3-6. Did have some shutdown gold available, but the Garen does want to go in. He'll going to be used from the on the Callista, trying to get her to safety. The auto attacks are going to come out. Is the Martial Poise going to be enough to kite? Yes, that's a lot of Rin stack damage, but the Sonic Blast landing onto the Callista is going to be able to lead her from the map, and then the Lee Sin is going to be able to ult the Sona away to get his teammates to be able to take down the Set, and that's going to be shut down going over to Tristana, picking up 300 extra gold on that bounty that Set was building for himself. All right, now Lee Sin want to go in onto this dragon. Will have, again, the neutral objective priority. This team in Concussions just has so much more neutral objective mindset than the other team, Tin Death Power Spike. So really starting to come through here, and it looks like they might even have a chance to turn this tide and get a 1-1 tie in this ESDL Week 3 matchup. And now with the Baron available, though, still, there will be a lot of team fight, team pressure abilities to put up here. Starting to siege up these turrets. We'll see if they're able to get any push going. They are pushing into the mid lane with a little bit of a wave here. There are 2 cannons available, but Banner Command is now removed from the game, thank the Lord. So we don't have to worry about super minions pushing into the base here. Diana going to be spotted on a blue ward, but should be able to get away from the enemy team that is giving chase. They are trying to make their way to this topside river, trying to get some vision down for themselves. I feel like at any moment a team fight is going to break out here soon. Both teams are posturing up. Concussions making their way into the mid lane here, trying to clear out the vision, trying to get themselves some vision and push their vision line forward. Garen going to use his Q to get away, but that's going to be the snare landing onto the Set, who's going to be ulted away. But that is a 5-man stun from the Leona. Absolutely beautiful. Lux ultimate going to come through, get a lot of damage, and that's going to be 2 members dead already. That's going to be Set trying to go in onto the back line here, but is going to be dissuaded from the Lee Sin, who's going to be able to use the ultimate to get him away. Flash forward from the Leona trying to get the snare, and that's going to be the Lux Q landing as well. But the Set coming in huge as well. That's going to be Concussions actually taking this team fight, and that is 3 for 0. Excellent job. That Leona ultimate was beautiful. Looks like they will be able to get this mid lane inhibitor tower as well, potentially even the inhibitor behind it. The death timer on Set is still over 20 seconds, so they should be able to get this cleanly. Yes, they will. And what are the rotations going to look like? Surely they don't want to go in for more, but they might actually want to. Sejuani trying to get the dash forward, but does not have the ultimate available to lock anyone down. Red buff being stolen away here from the Tristana. Lux almost took it. Very scary as an AD carry. You want to be able to get that red buff to be able to have more kiting potential and keep yourself safe if somebody does indeed dive you like that Set did. But good job on the Lee Sin in that earlier fight to kick away the set, really trying to keep his backline alive. And this is going to be some jungle farm picked up here. Kalista might actually walk too far forward here. The Garen is here, and that's going to be Lona here as well, but that's going to be a good martial poise. But Garen just does way too much damage. The ultimate is huge, and that is Kalista falling with 43 seconds onto the death timer with the dragon coming up in about 2 minutes. This game is still very close. Only 3,000 gold separates these two teams. The kills is only one disparate difference. But it seems like the edge is still given to Team Concussions over here. Now Sona waiting in the wings. He's going to be able to land the ultimate. Looks like Diana does want to go in. That's going to be a lot of damage onto Leona. They might actually have found the pick, but it doesn't look like they had the damage. Lux ultimate coming out, causing a lot of damage here into the backline, and that is going to be the fight dissuaded. Leona just way too tanky to get bursted down. 3 members not enough. Didn't even have Gargoyle Stoneplate available to her, and she still was able to withstand all of that damage that was coming out from the side of Team Death Power Spike. But Garen fancies himself. He wants to see how tanky he is, but he is not tanky enough. That is actually 5 members, and Garen is going to be down 50 seconds onto the side of Concussions. You got to wonder what he was doing there. Luxnare is going to be able to land. Is going to do a lot of damage onto this Diana. Lee Sin wants to go in, but Sex Suplex going to save his teammate. That's a lot of damage onto the Tristana, who is falling low, but Set able to walk away after saving his mid laner there. Very crucially, just picked him up. Just picked Lee Sin out of the dash there. It was beautiful to watch. And now the Tristana showing that she is trying to be a better AD carry on this pickup here. Now 2-1-5. Having a lot better showing than she was on the Caitlyn. Oh, and it looks like there is no vision here for the side of Team Power Spike. So that will be the Baron started up here from the side of Concussions. They're doing a lot of damage to it. Tristana is sitting in the back, taking that spike damage as well, but the dragon going to be picked up here as well. So that will be Soul Point over to Concussions. No, sorry. That's going to be dragon picked up over to Power Spike. Concussions still sitting on Soul Point, though. And this is just what we saw last game. Concussions trading the dragon Soul Point for Baron. Is it going to pay off this game? It looks like it might. The Kalista is not as strong as she was when she was playing Xayah. Sejuani wanted to go over to the wall, seeing if there was any picks that she could find, but she found 3 members, and her team was not behind her. Tristana walking a little bit too far forward is going to get caught up by the ultimate. No, that actually going to land onto Leona. Great jump away from her. Tristana ultimate going to knock back a couple members. That's going to be Leona ultimate landing as well. Gargoyle Stoneplate available for the Sejuani, trying to stay as tanky as possible. A lot of damage coming through. Lux ultimate used as well, and this is a lot of team fight damage. Kalista will pick up the first kill in this team fight. Lee Sin dashing in and out of the team fight, trying to get a little bit of picks going on, but unable to find any priority targets. And Sejuani now healed back up to full with the help of the Sona here. Tristana's got to be careful. Set is here waiting in the wings. Is able to catch out the Garen a little bit. Sejuani want to go in onto this Tristana, who is super low. Will fall shortly. Yes, she is picked up as well, and that is going to be another kill onto the side of Concussions. Tower doing a lot of damage, having to go zonies here for the Diana. That's got super low teammates. Garen surely will fall in just a couple seconds, but is able to stay alive here with the Triumph stacks coming through. And still 1 for 2 traded here into the top lane. The fight still looks like it does want to come on. Lux ultimate not going to land on anybody there. Kalista still pushing into the mid lane here, and Garen stepped a little too far forward. The stun will come out soon from the Sejuani. That will lock him up, and that's going to be a dead Garen. Great pickup here for the side of Team Power Spike. These team names are so difficult to say when you're trying to talk fast. Lux Q going to land here. The ultimate is available again, and oh my god, that's disgusting damage. Flash forward will pick up the final auto attack needed onto the Diana. What an excellent pickup there from the Lux. What's that cooldown, like what, 15 seconds at this point? Disgusting. Now both teams just resetting. The Baron is on the side of Concussions here, looking to really close out this game. Not having to worry too much about the team fight potential, but that last fight in the top lane did last a very long time. A lot of the focus was put onto the front line in the Leona and the Sejuani, Garen and the Set. So a lot of standard front-to-back team fighting from both teams out here, and I love seeing that. And that's going to be Sejuani actually catching out the Lux here. Clinn's going to be used to get her to safety. Sona ultimate coming out as well, trying to lock down multiple members. Leona going to come through as well, and that's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. That's going to be one member falling. Lux is already dead. Sejuani's stun going to come through again. That's going to be a lot of damage. Kalista ultimate wanted to go through with the Set, and that's a double kill on the Kalista. Oh my goodness, the damage is actually coming through. Will this be a good enough team fight to actually close out the game? It potentially might be. Power Spike making their way over to the mid lane here. Inhibitor turret has a wave available, and that is 2 members down. So you should be able to pick up this inhibitor turret and the inhibitor following. I don't think Tristana has the ability to be able to go in here. Okay, that's inhibitor picked up as well. This is 4 members pushing strong here into the base of Team Concussions. A lot of damage going on to this tower. That's going to be explosive charge onto the head of Set. Will do a lot of damage, but is not enough. Sona able to heal up her teammates and get them to safety with the movement speed. Sejuani wanted to go in. Onto the Tristana, is able to lock her up. One more auto will do it. Yes, the ultimate does come out, and that's going to be Tristana locked up as well. Just basically moving her away from the team fight. Nexus towers are down. Is this going to be a turnaround? Will Team Death Power Spike? Yes, they will. Able to close out this series 2-0. Fantastic turnaround. Just from the brink of defeat, really able to clutch this series out. Fantastic job. Congratulations, Team 10 Death Power Spike here. Fantastic play. Sejuani, if you're still in the chat here, Kyoto Hayes, can we get an interview with you, please? That Sejuani play was phenomenal. These two teams are sitting around gold elo. What is your Discord, Kyoto? Type it in the chat. Let me know. What an amazing game, though. A great series. Power Spike clearly had the neutral objective disadvantage in this game, but still able to find the team fights and able to get the damage coming out. It was absolutely beautiful coming out from both teams. Bear with us just a moment. We will get an interview here with Kyoto Hayes, who was the jungler for Team 10 Death Power Spike. I still am not able to say that name correctly. I don't know if I ever will be. Okay, and we are starting a call here, just waiting for Kyoto Hayes to join here. All righty. Hello. We are joined here by Kyoto Hayes, who was on the Sejuani for Team 10 Death Power Spike. Tell me, how do you feel after taking down that series 2-0?
That was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah?
I'm very surprised we did so well.
Yeah, it seems like in both games specifically, you had the disadvantage when it came to the neutral objective control. Looks like the enemy jungler was just able to get those early dragons and really pile up that lead, but still able to come up with the team fight. Sejuani playing some key points in there, able to land the ultimate on priority targets. What was the game plan going into these series here?
Mostly team fighting, honestly, and hitting our 10 Death Power Spike.
Right, because it's actually funny. As soon as you guys did die about 10 times is when it started to turn around. It didn't make any sense whatsoever, especially in the first game. Xayah came up huge with that crazy build. I've never seen an Ignite Xayah with Bork and then Infinity Edge. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. But still, finding the damage. And then in the second game, Sejuani again coming in huge with those ultimates, but Set really trying to do a lot of disruption as well. So with this game now coming in, what record are you guys sitting at?
I'm actually a sub for the team, but as far as I know, I think they're undefeated. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm cursed. I'm cursed to only be able to find the interviews with these substitutions. I don't deserve to cast these games anymore. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about substitution. When did you know that you were going to sub for this game?
About an hour before we started.
Okay, and then they just said, hey, come on in, and then you decided, hey, I can play Sejuani. It's a great team fighting jungler. Is that what you need, or do they just kind of ask you what you can play best?
They asked me what I can play best, and I pointed out I subbed for a game yesterday also.
Okay.
Hard engage seems to win these games in these tournaments, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the 5v5 coordination, the voice channels coming in clutch for both teams, really able to coordinate. So you're like, hey, I'm going to lock them up, go in. Everybody pushes their buttons, and we see a lot more coordination in these games.
Yeah, just base mash your keyboard. You got this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, tell me, what were the voice comms like in that game 2? Because game 2 was looking a lot worse than game 1 because we had, from our perspective, Zaya was able to put the team on her back, but in game 2, it didn't look like anybody particular had a lead of any sort. In fact, every lane was losing with a CS deficit. How were you guys able to stay calm and actually come through and pull off the team fights in game 2?
It's a question, actually. I didn't notice we were that far behind in CS.
Oh, yeah.
But for team fights, it was mainly, can we touch someone out? So everyone just says that name, get on him now. Like the last fight where I tried out Lutz was just me saying, hey, get this now.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of collapsing at the same time. So superior team fighting is going to be the name of the game here. So Kyoto, do you have a permanent team in the ESDL, or are you still waiting to get drafted?
I do have a permanent team. We have our first game tomorrow night.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So that'll be fun to watch. So again, any last thoughts, any shout outs you want to give out to the people that are viewing?
Thank you for watching. If you want to watch tomorrow's game, I'm on Team Radiance.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
I actually main ADC, so I'll be playing ADC for that team.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So you're going to be on Team Radiance. It's going to be nice. Well, again, good luck to you in your games tomorrow. Hopefully you're able to come out with a 2-0 victory as you did here in this series as well. But to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning into this ESDL Week 3 matchup between Team Tin Death Power Spike, who was able to clutch over the 2-0 victory over We Give Concussions. Congratulations to them. We will be streaming tomorrow as well at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so tune into those games as well. I'll be hosting them on my Twitch channel. Again, Kyoto Hayes, thanks so much for the interview. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Have a nice night.
You too, bud.
See you.